For our celebration, our silver anniversary of being an official port of entry. Glad that you're all here to help us celebrate this great occasion and the history of the port. So without further ado, I'm going to turn this over to the president of our board, Mr. Jason Hill.
Oh yeah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all for coming. And we just wanted to have a nice little celebration and to highlight what this port has become, especially in the last 25 years. You know, the integral part that it is in part of our community. 25 years ago, we were officially made a port of entry by the United States Customs and Border Patrol. Right now, we're moving about 1.5 million tons of ocean cargo every year. An idea of how big that is, that puts us around 30th in the nation. So we are a very large endeavor for those of you who don't know. We provide about 13,000 jobs with our activity, and we continue to enhance the region's ability to maximize our economic benefit by providing green innovation development that's sustainable for today and tomorrow. Together with the United States Customs and Border Patrol, the Oxford Harbor District celebrates 25 years legacy and looks forward to continuing our work together to drive the Port of Hueneme as the Turner County's major economic engine by facilitating lawful international trade and economic growth. I'd like to thank all of our elected officials for their leadership and their dedications to the advancement of Port Hueneme. I'd like to thank Congresswoman Julia Brownlee, Senator Dianne Feinstein, and Senator Boxer, both who we worked with significantly with last year on border legislation. State Senator Hannah Beth Jackson, Assembly Member Jackie Irwin, and Supervisor Kelly Long. I'm never going to say that right. And of course, a good friend of ours, and we'll talk to him in a second too, Elton Gallegly, Congressman from Simi Valley, who is really integral to us being here today and being able to even have this celebration. So I have to point out Elton now. And then of course, I want to just point out some of the folks here in the room. Jason Barnes is here from Elton Gallegly's office. Sorry, Julia. I just saw Congress too. There we go. Brian Miller's here. There we go. Tom Figg, the mayor of Port Hueneme. Thank you, Tom. Thanks for coming. Jim Hensley, the Port Hueneme City Councilor. I think Jim has made more of our meetings than some of our commissioners have. So, I was seeing Jim around. Of course, it's Rod Butler. I didn't see Rod here yet, so I know he's been coming to a lot of our meetings too. So we're really excited about our relationship right now with the city and some of the opportunities that we have growing together. Keith Petit from Customs and Border Patrol. John Busher from Tractide Marine. And I'm going to say your name wrong, Tom.
Tangelo.
I cannot say it.
Perfect.
It's years of.
That's why.
True story. When I was a kid, I was in speech therapy for years. Like 4 years, I went to classes 2-3 times a week. And I still can't do certain alliterations. So I'm like Porky Pig. When I talk sometimes, I try to not say something. I use a different word because I know it's going to hook me up. Real quick about what we've done together, though, and it really is a team effort that we've had, and it's not just what we do as commissioners, not just what the electeds have done. A lot of what our success has also been through our customers, through our people in the community. I mean, Nancy Lindholm from the Chamber is here working with them integrally to help educate people in the last couple of years as to what we do as a port. Mike Barber's here, who we participate with in Santa by the Sea to make sure that we're out there in the community. This together is how we've succeeded, and together is how we're going to continue to succeed. And just to kind of brush over what we've done recently with the help of our electeds and the supporting letters of so many of you. We have a $12.3 million U.S. Department of Transportation Tiger Grant. That was a massive feat. That took us a lot of work, and it took all hands on deck to get that. $500,000 Environmental Protection Agency grant. $6 million U.S. Army Corps deepening project, which is going to be a game changer for us, and it's going to keep us into really the 22nd century. And then $15 million in port security grants. So this is all money that we're bringing from almost entirely the federal government back here to the port through the good work of our legislators, to work with my fellow commissioners who really always are willing to roll up their sleeves and work, and of course our fantastic director and our staff. So thank you very much for coming. We'll have some other speakers real quick. Again, it's been 25 years since we got this designation, and if you look at us now, and maybe Jess and Elton can talk a little bit about what the vision was then. I just can't imagine that anyone thought that we'd be doing as well and we'd be as big and doing as much as we do at this point 25 years later. So thank you very much and thanks for coming.
Now we have our Vice President, Commissioner Reed.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here. It's a momentous day for us, and the Port of Hueneme is now servicing 3 fruit ships on a weekly basis. And we have about 4 to 5 auto ships that come in every week as well. And the U.S. Customs and Border Protection has helped us grow our fruit imports and exports and businesses, and also the auto segments over the years by efficient operations and customer focus that we see here at the Port of Hueneme. And we know that it takes a village to do all this, and so we're grateful for all of our customers that call Hueneme home, and all of the people and our great staff that we have, and the great community support. And I'm going to echo the sentiments that we're excited about the renewed relationship with the City of Hueneme, and we look to further that more in the future. So thank you very much for being here.
We're going out of order today. We got surprises.
I am open.
Yes, yes.
No, this is the other one. Well, I was very, very surprised to see my very good friend, former Congressman. Are you still called Congressman Gallegly or former Congressman Gallegly?
I was always called Elton.
Elton? I always called you out of respect, Congressman Gallegly. I didn't realize how the fact that we got this award now, the designation. But prior to getting the designation, I was here, and once in a while, a fruit ship wanted to come into our port, but we couldn't get him in here because we didn't have inspections, we didn't have customs. So the fact that I work here, that was very relevant to us because we couldn't work unless we were designated as a port of entry. So we would get on the phone, our director would get on the phone and literally beg the people in LA to send some custom people here so they can inspect the ships. And only if you work here, you realize how important that designation really is. And lucky for us, we had a great individual in Congress that made it all possible. So thank you, sir. Elton Gallegly made it possible for us with our staff. Once we got our folks here from Customs, then our ships began to sail this direction. So thank you again.
And Secretary Commissioner Herrera.
Thank you for being here, everyone. The Port of Hueneme has had many great successes along the way and milestones. I can count them down. The acquisition of Dock 2, we had the transfer of 33 acres NCEL property during the BRAC process, the purchase of the 11-acre Sunkist site, the return of the 5-acre Edison property, and the joint use agreement with the United States Navy. All of these have been essential and very important to our growth, and none of them would have been possible without the help of our community and our elected officials, some of who are here today. I'm also very proud of the fact that we were able to get the designation of the United States Port of Entry. Being a United States Port of Entry has opened up the port to a significant amount of vessels that are allowed to call here, as Commissioner Ramirez stated. Before, we didn't have the Customs and Border Patrol to vet those vessels that were needed. Because of that designation as a U.S. port of entry, today we are carrying excuse me, over $8 billion of cargo here in the Port of Hueneme, which generates over 93.2 million in local and state taxes. Now, all of this doesn't happen by accident, as you know, but it takes individuals. And there was one individual that I was working with at that particular time to try and make some of these things happen. And sometimes there was friction, but as you know, friction creates fire. And I think that fire was lit under both of us. And we became very good working associates to get things done, setting all other issues aside. The main important thing was the Port of Hueneme and moving forward. And today, as I said, we are very blessed to have, I'm very happy that Elton Gallegly is here today with us because he knows the background and he was there in the trenches trying to make this happen. Elton, could you please come up? Elton, on behalf of the Board of Harbor Commissioners, I want to thank you for your service and your dedication to this port, this nonpartisan dedication that we had together. And I wanted to present this to you on behalf of our Board of Harbor Commissioners. If they would come up here. And this is for you here. So we have the article and the designation.
Terry.
Presented to you on this date and with another picture.
Thank you very much, Jess. You know, 25 years ago, in some way, it just was a flash, but it's deeply embedded in my mind. Getting this designation wasn't the easiest thing that I have had a part in, but I will tell you, it was the most rewarding. For those of you that aren't familiar with how the process worked, it was a classic chicken and egg situation. In order to get the designation, and I work very closely with my friends at Customs, and my hat's off to every one of you guys. But I had a very good friend by the name of Carol Hallett, who happened to be the commissioner at the time. And she said, you know, I just can't do this because, you know, you've got to have so many ship movements in order for us to justify it. It's just, I mean, it would be suicide for me. And I said, well, I don't want you committing suicide, but I would like you to do the right thing. And so, I said, we were, as I said, a chicken and egg situation. In order to get a designation, we had to have ship movement. But in order to get ship movement, we had to have had a designation. And I got Carol at a weak moment, and with then President George Herbert Walker Bush, we got the ball across the goal line when they said it had never happened. But I had great friendship always. I've never had an ill thought about you, Jess, on anything. The fact that, you know, that you happen to belong to another political party, you know, I just looked at that as a bigger handicap that you had to overcome. And where'd the other Jess go? Okay. But I don't remember any hostile or any indifference we ever had, except when you're taking the stickers off my fire hat that Jason was passing.
I think he could tell you about it.
Anyway, this is still, I think, one of the very best kept secrets in Ventura County. For what this means, we should have had 5,000 people here that are getting, and more, as benefits from what you guys have done as the leaders. Getting the designation, I was vindicated with Carol Hallett because we overperformed what the necessary requirement was. And when I say us, it wasn't me, it was the board that has to produce, and the director and so on. But it's much bigger than that designation. That designation, again, is just hit on some of the other elements that took place over the years. None were more important than Wharf 3 in my mind, because that ended up taking an act of Congress, and sometimes that can be problematic. But one of the things I dug my heels in on was the issue of the percentage of the fee would go to the Navy. And it was a win-win for everyone. So this is something I shared with Jess, and I don't know if anybody else knew this, but literally 20 minutes before we got the bill to the floor, we already had the Senate greased. We had a head count. This was a no-brainer. It was going to sail through. But there was one little flaw that Richard Moreau, who some of you here know very well, is my chief of staff, he found one word missing, and it said the money would go to the Navy. Well, that was partially correct. It was going to the Navy, but it had to be specific to the Naval Base Ventura County. We quickly changed it, took it to the floor, mentioned the change for clarification, and it sailed through. Now, why is that important? Not only for our Naval Base Ventura County, but we went through 2 BRAC periods, which it made it extremely important to the viability of Naval Base Ventura County. And then I think one of the next things that was very important was the extension of Rice Road, to take the success story that was traveling out of the port off of the main Oxnard Boulevard all the way back to the freeway. By widening Rice Road, then we got all of the, of course, service industries and millions of dollars in taxes and jobs from that as well. And then the next thing was the Rice Road interchange, which would have never happened without the Rice Road extension. So you guys have done an incredible job. It's been a real honor for me, and I mean this because Terry and others that are here today will tell you that through my whole career, there was nothing that I talked more about or was more pleased with, and so grateful to the people that vindicated my confidence and made it not only a successful port, but one of the most successful in the nation, and the only deep water port between San Francisco and Los Angeles. God bless you all. I want to get Jason in the middle. Jason, when we opened this designated horse, he still had little rubber ducks in the cup.
One more.
Jason was one of my best helpers.
Oh, I've worked with them for a long time.
So if I could, at this time, I'd like to invite our customs partner, our supervisor here that really does help us make cargo move at the port. And a lot of gratitude for our partnership with customs. Come on up, Mr. Petit.
First of all, Congressman, I am personally grateful that you lobbied to get this designation. I had no idea, 37 years ago when I first stepped aboard the USS Northern Sound as a sailor, that I'd be able to return here as a Customs and Border Protection officer. So thank you very much.
That's a while.
The U.S. Customs and Border Protection congratulates the Port on its 25th anniversary. From the time of designation in 1992, the Port and its customers have grown a recognized revenue source of national importance, with cargo volumes more than tripling over the past 25 years. We have been fortunate that we have a very symbiotic relationship with the Port, because when we first started out, our offices were right here in fact, there's Robin. That's my old office. But the Port has always was very nice. They gave us space up until just 2 years ago when we moved into our own facility just down the road. So we're on a lease, and we're definitely here to stay. And we do appreciate everybody's efforts in helping us do our job. It might be a hidden secret of Ventura County, but it's also a hidden secret for the entire Customs and Border Protection, because this is a premier station. It really is. Just how we get along with the port and just everything we do. So congratulations and thank you.
And then finally, I think we have a presentation from Congresswoman Julie Brownley's office. Okay, step up, Matt.
Thank you, Kirsten. Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here on behalf of Congresswoman Brownlee. She couldn't be here herself, but she wanted me to extend her most sincere gratitude to what each and every one of you do every day here, the commissioners, the staff. She also asked me to thank you for the partnership and collaboration between our offices, and she looks forward to continuing that partnership and collaboration, and just what a benefit the port is to our community and to our district. So she couldn't express her gratitude enough. And if I may invite Jason up here. Jason, on behalf of Congresswoman Brownlee, she asked me to present the Certificate of Special Congressional Recognition to the Port of Hueneme on their 25th anniversary of a port of entry in recognition of outstanding and invaluable service to the community. Jason, thank you.
And did you have any closing remarks, Michelle? Okay. With that, we're going to do a little networking and celebrate. We do have cake and a little tea and coffee. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Really happy to have you all here to celebrate this great day. Thank you.